a SOP. Thank you. We started off with an SOP platform. The SOP platform was designed to give each and every one of you a standard operating procedure that would allow you to have in writing how you run your business. Now, what we've done is we have taken this to a whole different level, because when we started with a 13-week program that I had already written, then I have taught at least 4 times already before we went live with everyone for free on the SOP coaching platform. The SOP coaching platform was meant to be a 13-week program. I think we're like officially on week 20 right now of the SOP platform, because what we found was we wanted to dig in a little bit deeper. We brought a couple for special guests in. We really just kind of enthralled in the action of building out the standard operating procedure for everybody. That being said, I want to make sure that we are doing something at next level. So today, we're going to talk a little bit more about finishing up your business plan. So last week, I gave everybody homework, right? And last week we discussed, and again, if you missed this, you're going to come right into the Freedom Achievers coaching platform. You go scroll down, you're going to see the class there. It's going to be available for you, right? This is basically part 2 of business planning. Now, if you were here last week, you heard me say that I love talking about business planning now. It's August, right? Most people, you're going to see it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. But you're going to see all these business planning clinics come up in November. My friends, November is too late to be planning for next year, especially in a business like ours that takes at least 45 days to close a deal. And that's if you find a property for your buyer. So we're in a special position where whatever we do now feeds us in 45 to 60 days. Y'all feel me, right? Whatever you do now is going to feed you in 45 to 60 days. And here's the crazy part. That goes in segments. So we could talk about, I get a client today that's pre-qualified, ready to go and hit the road. I'm getting fed on that one in 45 to 60 days. If I don't have a client and I need to go lead generate, well, lead generation and creating a pipeline takes time too. So put 30 to 60 days there. So now you are somewhere between what? 65 to 90 days out before getting fed on lead generation. And that just happens to be how our business is. And it goes for anything, which is why anyone who ever asked me, should I try this platform? Should I pay for these leads? Should I do this? And my answer is always yes, right? Because what works for you may not work for me. What works for me may not work for you, but there's some standardization to it, right? And so my answer is always yes. If one, you have enough funds and reserves to pay for that platform for 6 to 8 months without receiving one lead, right? And the reason for that is because you might receive 100 leads, you just may not convert them. So you need to give yourself 6 to 8 months to, 1, understand the system, 2, let it ramp up, whatever that system is, to be able to play the game of receiving leads, converting them into clients, and then taking clients and converting clients into contracts. So this is all in stages, right? Now, if you understand that, then you could try whatever lead platform you want to try, whether it be door knocking, expired, FISBOs, running the streets, doing interviews at restaurants, going ham on social media, realtor.com, Zillow.com, homevalue.com, I get opcity.com, so forth, and .com. Everybody's got a .com that's going to send you leads. How many of you guys get those emails all the time? Hey, do you have time for a new listing, right? Like, try it all, especially the ones that don't cost you any money up front. That's a beautiful thing. Try it. What's the worst that can happen? They send you some business, right? So try it out. Have fun with it, okay? Hold on a second. I lost my Zoom setting. Give me 1 second. Let me log into the platform real quick, because I was about to share my screen with you guys, and for some reason I got kicked out. All right, I think I'm back. All right, cool. So that being said, let's jump into this real quick. We're going to get into, I guess, the final part of business planning. Now, business planning is very methodical, and it's something that you really got to spend some time on. If you remember the conversations that we had last week, and please allow me to share my screen with you. If you guys remember the conversations we had last week, we talked about understanding the benefits of truly business planning. And we discussed the opportunity of really building out your business at a very high level. If we talk about this 13-week program that became a 20-week program out of nowhere, right? If we talk about that and we build it out, we're talking about an opportunity to take everything that you've put in writing, every operating system that you've put in writing, everything that you've ever said that you want to do and will do in your business, and then format it appropriately. And that's going to be a very important piece of our conversation today, because it's extremely important that you have all of this systemized, and then you begin to really, really dial down on it. Now, there are some key things. Let's make this interactive. So guys, feel free to jump in. I'm going to open up the chat, but I won't always be able to see it because of the sharing of the screen. So work with me here, okay, guys? Let's make this somewhat interactive. What are some of the main goals in your business right now? Give me a goal. Come on, there's like 50 of you on here. Somebody's got to have a goal. Get listings. All right, so Christine, you say get more listings. So let's write that down. What else? Close 100 deals a year. Great. 100 deals evenly every year, 100 deals over the next year. We're going to say 100 deals in 2023. And that's a good one because we could break that one down pretty fairly easily. All right, who else has a main goal for their business? And maybe it's not just business, which, by the way, you know, I don't believe in a work-life balance. I think that's bullshit. I think if you go crazy on your business, there's no balance in your life, right? So sometimes what I would suggest to my students is to go ahead and implement their life goals into their business plan so it becomes a part of your schedule. I'll give you a perfect example. For those of you that know me, know that I love to be in the gym early. I like to wake up 5 a.m., 5:30. I like to get into the gym early. My phone's not ringing yet. I'm not bombarded with emails. There's no problems in the world at that time. And I get to do something I enjoy to do, which is work out and be able to have a moment for myself, right? If I do this at 10 a.m., then I don't get a very good workout, right? Because I already know my phones would be ringing like crazy. There'd be 50 problems in the world, and it's all going to be directed at me. And for some reason, I'm the only one that can solve it, right? And so I got to understand this about myself and understand this about my business. Now, my kids started school again on Wednesday. And what we found was that one of them doesn't have to be at school till 9 a.m., but one of them's got to be at school at like 7 a.m. So if we go to the gym at 6:30, we're not going to make it for the 7 a.m. drop off. So we switched up our schedule this week, and you can adjust it, right? And the reason I'm bringing this up is because we're going to go ham on understanding goals and timing them out, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're glued to this. You have to be, in the Marine Corps, we used to say semper Gumby, right? Always flexible. Okay. If you guys know who Gumby is, right? And so you got to be flexible with your schedule, and you have to respect your schedule. We talk about this all the time. Respect yourself enough to respect your schedule. If you put it in your calendar and you ignore it, then you don't respect yourself. You don't respect your business. Period in the story. It's really that simple, right? So let's go deep. Somebody else wrote, attain high-end deals, give me a 6-figure commission. Okay. So I'll say something. With that one, you're going to have to break it up into different segments. Okay. But let's put it on here. let's put 6-figure salary. And maybe we'll come back to it so that we can figure this out. All right, let's use these 3 pieces right here. Now, mind you, you can add things to this like fitness goals, because I believe that when you feel good about yourself, you feel good about interaction with people. When you feel good about interaction with people, you create better relationships. When you create better relationships, you do more business, right? There is no top producer that is not confident in themselves out there. Does that make sense to y'all? Right? So you could also add, right? So we did amount of deals. We did income. But many people don't think about expense. And sometimes this could be that you want to spend less with more production. So you find those methods, or are you willing to spend more for like 10x production? You ever heard the saying, you got to spend money to make money, right? At some point, you have to look at your income and you have to look at your debts, and you have to realize, and sometimes it's by June, I'm going to be spending $5,000 a month in lead flow. And so you got to figure out a method to get there, right? And then you say Q3, I'm going to move up to 6,000, and by Q4, I'm going to be at $7,000 a month. And how am I going to do that? Am I going to do it solo? Am I going to involve partners? Am I going to involve the lender and title? Can I feed them, right? Because if you involve your lender and title, they're going to say, all right, cool, I'll pitch in for a little bit, but if I don't get no deals, you know where that money is going, right? It's going to be gone. Okay, so you need to start looking at all those things. Or do you say, I'm going to go with free activity till X position? Now, guys, you got time for this, okay? You got time to build this out. You got time to work on this. Do not rush through this. But let's get 100 deals in 2023. Let's break that down. And mindset health, I love that. I love that. Penny says, so true. When I'm working out, eating right, etc., business just flows. It's true. When you walk into, look, I'm a joke with y'all, but you know, you walk into the gym and you walking out that gym, you feel like a rock star. That's like the perfect time to make some phone calls. I swear to you, like directly following your workout is the perfect time to get in your car, and on the way home, flip it on and call the 3 most important people you need to speak to today. Because you're going to be on this massive endorphin high that's just, your whole body is going to feel like a champion, right? And those are the greatest times to have that conversation, you know? And if you don't work out, maybe some of you are like, screw you, Dave, I'm not working out. Like me, I started to try running again. And in the middle of the run, I was like, geez, why am I doing this? Who's chasing me? Right? Like I spent 10 years in Marine Corps, 9 years in Marine Corps. I ran a lot in that time frame. And I remember leaving and going, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I'm just not a fan of running. But I like picking up heavy things and putting them back down. I enjoy that. It's kind of fun for me, right? So 100 deals in 2023. Let's talk about that for a minute. Yeah, Lee, you want to jump in with me? This was yours, wasn't it?
This was mine. Yes, it was.
All right, so let's talk about this real quick, just to have some fun with it, right? So, you know, you've done this with me in the past, and that's why I'm picking on you, right? So you got 100 deals in 2023. When you're thinking about how many deals you want to close, right? So this is 100 closed, and I'm going to assume sales, right? Because we don't want rentals in that count, do you?
Heck no.
Okay, so what are you going to do with rentals?
Refer them out.
Nice. So you're going to refer your rentals. So for those of you out there that love doing rentals, you might want to reach out to Yen Lee. Because she's going to have some to pass out. All right. Now, what percentage, let's look at this real quick. Let's just be smart about really digging into this. What percentage is it going to be listing versus buyer?
Let's try to do 50% 50-50, keep it even.
50? All
Yeah,
right. Now, let's touch on that real quick. Normally, when you get into this business, for those of you that are fairly new to the business, the first deals that you receive are going to be buyer setups, right? They're going to be buyers, okay? And you're going to learn with buyers. They're going to be buyer heavy for a little while. And if you don't begin to focus on attaining new listings, you will be buyer heavy for the rest of your career. Okay, so you can scale it and start switching the scales in order to leverage yourself. Now you're going to go 50-50 listings. So now we actually have to break this off. Okay. I hope you guys love my little diagrams. That's my little listing sale dude, right? So I'll even make a face for you guys. So on this right here, if I want to have 50% of those 100 deals to be buyers closed, and I want to have 50%, which is, I'm sorry, 50 listings closed, right? Because it's one thing to get 50 listings, it's another thing to close 50 listings. You guys hearing me, right? It's another thing to get 50 buyers and actually close 50 buyers. There's a major difference between the two. So you have to be extremely clear about what it is that you're trying to achieve. If you got 50 buyers, how many buyers do you think you need to work with in order to ensure that you close 50 buyers in 2023?
150.
All right. Now I'm going to give you this because we always play the 3-time game. We do. And that's why you came up with that number. We always play the 3-time game, right? As the market shifts towards a buyer's market, you're going to see the 3-time game shift as well.
Yep.
Okay. Because we're currently shifting to a more normalized market, I'm going to double you up instead of 3 times. Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to say 100 buyers, which really equates, now we'll go 3 times, right? So how many leads you have. Now, here's the crazy part. These are legitimate conversational leads. So within the year, if I go 3 times that, what's that number?
Three times 300?
Yeah.
900.
All right. And we're going to call these inbounds.
Yep.
And I'm sorry for my handwriting, folks. So what am I doing here? I'm breaking this down. If I absolutely know that I want to close 50 buyers next year, I need to ensure that I'm at least working with 100. And the reason I need to ensure that I'm working with 100 is because some of these folks may not be ready right now. They might be ready in 6 months. Some of them might be on a credit repair plan. Some of them might be saving money. Some of them might be getting their immigration docs in place. Some of them, listen, there's 100 reasons why a buyer's not ready right now. And so typically for every one, there's 3 that you're working with. That's why Yen Lee went straight to going 3 times. In this normalized market, you don't need as many because you're going to be able to get buyers into homes. Okay. So 100 buyers I'm working with at one time to ensure that I close 50. 300 leads need to be having conversations with me. These are conversational leads. These are people that may be ready 2 years from now. This is a pipeline. This is a rotation. This is a setup. I have this many people in my system, and I'm communicating with all of them through automation and scheduled calls. And then this many people are legitimately preparing for purchase, as this many people will purchase. And that's what most agents forget to do. They forget to build it up this much in order to close this much. Most agents believe you need this many to close this many. Well, if that were true, every business would be massively successful because they wouldn't have to work for it, right? You don't create a TV commercial for Coca-Cola and give it out to millions of people in the hopes that every one of them is going to drink Coca-Cola. I don't drink Coca-Cola. I hate that shit. It tastes disgusting to me, right? But there's a whole group of people that do. So for every million that watches the Coca-Cola commercial during the Super Bowl, there might be 500,000 that really actually drink it on a regular basis. They play the big game so that they can close a certain amount of people. We need to do the same thing as business professionals. We need to fill up our pipeline with this many to get here. All right. So, and these are big numbers, guys, but again, I could break this down for you and show you how simple this really can be. 900 inbound leads says that you'll be able to have at least conversations with 300 of them. 300 of them say that 100 of them will be legitimate real buyers on the path and method to closing, and 50 of them you will get this year. This is not that difficult. So, yeah, Lee, you got a calculator for you. I'm sure it's on your phone. Do me a favor, divide me up 900 inbound leads by 12 months.
75 per month.
75 per month. Okay. How many is that per week? Divide by 4.
18 per week.
18 per week. How many is that per day? Divided by 5, because we'll go Monday through Friday work day.
That's 3.75, 3.75. So like 3 or 4 a week.
A day.
A day, sorry.
You need to have 3 to 4 inbound leads a day committed Monday through Friday, every single week to hit that 900 mark. This is how I want you guys to plan this stuff out, right? If you want to lose 20 pounds, calculate how many healthy pounds you could lose per month and give yourself a goal. You have to work these things backwards in order for them to make sense to you. Because most people will look at, I need to work with 100. What? How the hell am I going to do that? But by the way, this big goal right here is extremely possible with one thing. Leverage. That leverage could be a partner. That leverage could be a spouse. That leverage could be a family member. I see people in here that are husband-wife teams. I see people in here that are mother-daughter teams. I see people in here that have assistants. Your leverage could be your leverage, however you build that leverage. But if you have leverage to be able to support you while these 100 buyers are prepping, then you have nothing else to do but call these 900 to have 300 conversations. While that person's helping these guys prep and go show some properties. And you could divide this however you want. One of you could be the lead generating machine while the other one goes show some properties. Or one of you could be the lead generating machine and shows properties while the other one handles all the paperwork, right? If you meet me in person in my business environment, me and paperwork are not friends. I do not like doing administrative shit. I don't like it. But I know who does. My team manager, my assistant, my wife sometimes, because she's really nice sometimes, right? So let's go back, get more listings. All right, so let's go to get more listings. And I want to make this even more crazy realistic for you. If I want to get more listings, let's say I want to do 2 a month. Let's say that's my goal. I need 2 listings a month, 24 a year. Right now, all of those are going to close. But you know, when that market normalizes, they might not all close, right? Okay. But the topic was get more listings. So let's say I want to get 2 a month. 2 a month is 24 a year because there's 12 months. 2 a month equals 24 a year. 24 a year at an average of, let's say, 400K each gives me a total sales volume of what? Yanli, you still got your calculator up?
Yes, sir. Hold on.
Times 400,000.
I'm sorry, what?
24 times 400,000.
9.6 mil.
9.6 million. That's a beautiful number.
I like that number too.
9.6 million sold. Now, if my average commission is 2.7%, what's my income?
$259,000.
$259,000 in income. Now, why did I work my way immediately to the income section of get more listings? Why didn't I just dial back like I did with the buyers? Does it cost money to get listings?
Yes.
Yes. Does it cost money when you get a listing?
Yes.
Do you not have to take photography? Do you not have to create some materials for it? Do you not have to run some social ads? Do you not have to do things that cost you money in order to sell this property? Now, understandably, if you've been licensed for 2 years or less, you believe this not to be an issue because you put it on the MLS and in 24 hours, you got 50 offers. That's no longer going to happen. You're going to have to buy flyers. You're going to have to buy door hangers. You're going to have to go knock on doors. You're going to have to create ads. You're going to have to create open houses with parties and partners. And you're going to have to call your lender and say, hey, lender, I need a food buffet. And then you're going to have to promote the hell out of this thing on social media with flyers. You're going to have to tell all the neighbors, I'm serving chicken. I've got salad. I've got rice. We got a paella guy coming over. Like, this is what the future of open houses looks like. So it costs money. So the first thing that I do when I think about listings is I begin to generate how much I could potentially earn from them and how much of that earning I'm willing to put back into the marketing of these things. Now, I have a magic number. When you first start in this business, the magic number is about 25% of your income should go back to marketing. Okay. If you want to get massively aggressive, like I know a lot of people do, 60% of your income goes back to marketing and you have no other choice but to win. As long as you're paying attention. Doesn't mean you always have to do 60%. No, it means you go from 60 and once you're really rampant and running, you begin to scale back and scale back and scale back on spending because you will have systems in place that help you repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat, right? And eventually, my goal is to always be, at this point in my business, under 15%. Right? Now I got a coaching business alongside my real estate business, and I've been building this coaching business for years. And I decided that now in 2023, we're going to ramp up the coaching business. I will go 60% back into my marketing because I want to be aggressive. Normal is 25%. Magic number. If you could only spend 15% of your income on marketing because, and only because, you have consistent business coming in all the time because you've set up systems for consistent referrals and consistent content and people just give you business all the time, you could do this. Otherwise, you can't. So if I go and I say, I'm going to do 25%, well, yeah, Lee, if you could run, what is 25% of $259,000?
$64,000. 64,750.
We'll just put 64,000 to play even. Now we wanted 24 listings. So what's that 64,000 divided by 24 listings?
Almost $3,000. 2.6.
2.6, you said?
Yeah.
All right, so $2,600.
Mm-hmm.
$2,600 per listing. Now, this is inclusive. Now you begin to think about a marketing plan. When you break up your marketing plan, guys, and for each, and this happens for each and every topic and every goal that you bring to the table, right? When you bring up your marketing plan, okay, that marketing plan should include pre-listing, attained listing, and post-listing. What am I doing here? And this $2,600 has to work for that if you want to stay at that 25% market. or margin. So now, pre-listing. I'm creating postcards, marketing material. I'm sending out maybe postcards and canvassing a neighborhood. I'm creating door hangers to market me and my business, right? I'm going out there and hanging these things up. That all costs money. I'm creating social media ads around this neighborhood. Maybe I go interview a restaurant that just opened up in the community, and then I send that to be edited. All of this is marketing, right? Then I go take that video and I bring it to Facebook and Instagram, and maybe I put $100, $150 behind it and help push the video up and create an ad out of it to get more attention to my social media platforms so that those can consistently grow. Because the more attention I create and the more content I create, the more business I will naturally receive, right? Then now I have an active listing. Now somebody says, Dave, sell my house. Well, now I've got to take photos. I've got to take video, right? I've got to now promote these photos and videos. I might run an ad on YouTube. I might run an ad on Google. I might run ads on social media platforms. Then we go back to the postcards. I might canvas the neighborhood with it. I might host an open house, might cost me a couple $100 to do the open house. By the way, all of this is marketing, right? Then we go post listing. Well, you don't want to just sell a house and keep it secret, do you? So you need to tell the world, hey, neighbors, I sold this house and I did it in record time, or I did it above appraised value, or I did it, I don't know, whatever else, right? Here's a QR code, download the photos of the house and see our marketing style. Maybe on your website, you have a page that talks about what you do as a listing agent to help sell listings. Maybe on your website, you create a page and you have to pay somebody to do this that is just consistent for anybody to see, that says, I create social media ads, I create door hangers, I knock on doors, I let the neighbors know, I build it out, I have a client database of X amount of people, like so forth and so on, so that people can have a QR code on that stuff that you send out and you go, I'm looking to sell your house, or I just sold this house. And on that QR code, they can scan it, look at your marketing plan and how you sell homes. By the way, Google this. Marketing plan to sell homes. There's about 700,000 people out there that have written this up and put it on Google for you to see. And make it your own. Do what you do best. How do you sell houses? I got a guy that wears a tiger head in Florida to sell houses. His name is Nick Tiger Quay. Look him up. Super cool dude. His name is not actually Tiger, but everybody swears his name is Tiger. No one calls this guy Nick. He walks into an event, they go, hey, Tiger. That's how well he's branded and marketed himself as Nick Tiger Quay. That's not his real name. But that's how people know him, because that's how he has purposely presented himself. He is the type of guy that will paddleboard in your pool with a tiger head on. That's what he does. And because he's so outlandish, he gets attention. Again, you develop attention, you create attention, that attention turns into business at some point. Doesn't mean you need to do that. It means you need to be who you are and who you want to be, right? So now this $2,600, if you budget yourself well, come up with a plan, negotiate prices out there, find yourself the right photographer, do all that good stuff, and stick to your plan. As you build this out and this becomes your business plan, stick to your plan. Because if you start getting crazy and overspending, well, then every quarter when you start checking, this is going to be 30 and 35 and 40. And listen, by the way, if you're okay with that, that's okay. You could do that. If you're okay with that, that's okay. Like I said, with the coaching business, I'll just show you. Freedom Coaching. I have a plan to get more than 2,000 people in 2023 actively involved in our platform. Actively, right? In order for me to do this, I'm going to have to put some money into attraction so that people will be excited about joining the system, because you guys are going to get it free for now. But January 1, it's going to be $99 a month to be a member. Because by January 1, I should have at least 500 people in there, and you guys will be my social proof. Does it work? Are you enjoying it? Are you active in it? And if you are, God willing, you will tell some people. Because my 60% of income that I'm going to put right back into marketing this platform is not the only way I'm going to generate business. It's also going to be through the people that are enjoying the activity, right? If you guys like my coaching platform and you guys like coming here every week, would you tell other people about it? Thumbs up if you would. Hey, guess what? Your buyers and sellers, same thing. If they enjoy working with you and you do a really great job, they will tell other people about you. But if you don't stay consistently in their faces, they will never speak about you again. Y'all get what I'm saying, right? So why shouldn't that be a part of your business plan too? What is my follow-up game? Who am I following up with? New leads? Old leads? Sphere of influence? Friends and family, right? Current, sorry, that was an ugly C. Current clients, right? You got to follow up with them too, because you got deals with them. You should probably tell them what's going on a consistent basis with their deal, right? I hate when I send emails out to everybody with updates and the other client calls me to tell me that, thank you, I had no idea what was going on because they haven't spoken to their realtor in 2 weeks. Because the realtor gets them under contract and then says, go, lender and title's got you, see you at the closing table, right? Then previous clients and their friends, because you want to know them all. What's a really great way to meet their friends? Make it a part of your budget and host their open house. You can work with your lender on this. And if your lender did the deal on that deal, you could say to them, let's host an open house together for our buyer and 10 of their favorite friends. And you and your lender are invited to this awesome open house with this person and 10 of their favorite friends. And what are you there for? Hi, how are you? Let me pick a name. Randy, how are you, man? I'm David. How you doing, man? Nice to meet you. Oh, yeah, David, you're the realtor, right? Yes, Randy, I am. I helped them buy this beautiful home. And that's Jennifer over there. She was the lender in the deal. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, if you ever need anything, let me know. Here's my card. Right? Or, I know people love business cards. You X out business cards forever, right? I hate when people are desperate for business cards. I need business cards. For what? You have a phone. And in your phone, you have a contact card. And if you don't, make one. And you text that card to everyone you meet. and you do it right in front of them. Right? Let me pick a name. Danielle, what's your phone number? 555-1212. Okay, I'm texting you my contact card. Did you receive it? Yes, I got it. Cool. Text me back. Let's take a selfie together. I'm going to send that in our little message so that we can remember who we are. Tell me that this doesn't work better than this. It's 100 times better. What's a business card for? To put in the garbage or have it at your open house. And if you're going to have it at your open house, you may as well have custom cards with information on the property instead of just information on you. Make it double-sided. One side with the property, one side with you. Does that make sense to you guys? I hope so, right? And so I know we're around in a few places here, but I want you to understand that when you're playing this and building out your business plan over the next few weeks, you are breaking down every piece of your business. And the goal is to take every piece of your business from a main goal. All right, this is the important part. You got a main goal. Take it from the main goal to a quarterly goal. And then take that down to a monthly goal. And then take that down to a weekly goal. And then take that down to a daily goal. And then add it to your calendar. And time block those missions. I can't even spell, guys. Too excited to spell, okay? Time block those missions, those daily tasks that you need to complete, time block them, and then again, like the old song, RESPECT, respect your time block. That means that if you have scheduled yourself to do 2 hours of follow-up and lead generation, and God calls your cell phone, you send an automatic message that says, I'll call you right back. Trust me, he'll understand. Because there's nothing in that moment that is that necessary for you. You need to respect yourself and your times. I promise you, if you have 7 deals on the table, it is because you spent 2 hours a day lead generating. It is because you put in the work to have 7 deals on the table. And if you have 7 deals on the table and the title company reaches out to you during your lead generation time and you pick up that phone, it is over. You will not lead generate that day. And eventually that'll happen enough days to where you go from 7 active deals to 2, and you're trying to sit there and wonder what happened. And as most humans go, it's the market's fault. I don't know what this person screwed me up. No, it was you. It was the time that you put into you. And guys, you're going to need to do this more and more and more as we develop into a very strong market right now. As we develop into a very strong market right now, and we push into normalization and normalized interest rates, normalized, let me get out of this real quick. Normalized interest rates, normalized markets, normalized quantity of listings on the market, normalized amount of buyers available to purchase a house. As we move into this, as we move into those platforms, right, you're going to find yourself in a position where you have to create that consistency in your business in order to succeed. Trust me, guys, take this valuable information and understand that the amount of work and effort that you put into this will result in equal results. Consequences could be positive and consequences could be negative. The consequence of taking the time over the next couple of weeks and listening to the last class and this class, or maybe going through the entire freaking SOP platform and really focusing in and honing in and doing each assignment, giving yourself that for you and your business. I promise you guys, I'm giving you hundreds of thousands of dollars of income and information. That means if you do exactly everything that I'm telling you to do, you will make hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you take half of what I'm telling you to do, you'll make half. If you take 25% of what I'm telling you to do, you're going to make 25% of it. If you take all of this and you become an education junkie but never take action, you will not make money from the things that I'm teaching you. You will just fall and trip and accidentally fall into a deal every once in a blue moon. And trust me, man, if you do this well, and you do it at a very high level, you can tell I'm very, very extremely passionate about this. If you do this at a very, very high level, it's going to be so much easier to trip and fall on deals. And it'll feel that way to you. It'll feel like, wow, this deal came out of nowhere. No, it didn't. It came out of you consistently posting on social media, you consistently sending information out, you consistently providing content and information, you consistently putting out info, you consistently sending out emails, you consistently calling your database, you consistently calling your SOI, your sphere of influence. You're doing the things necessary to consistently grow your business. And by the way, this is equivalent if you are in real estate, if you are in mortgages, if you are a title sales rep, if you are a lollipop salesman, an auto salesman, you sell cars for a living, it's the same platform, man. The same platform. We just happen to have this wonderful opportunity to earn a lot of money on every home we sell. It's the craziest industry in the world. You go to school for a week and you come out with the potential to earn an average of $10,000 to $15,000 a deal. You come out of school after a week with the potential to make millions a year, legitimately. Right there, we did 24 deals at an average of $400,000, and we were already at $250,000 in income. Imagine if we follow Yan Lee's method at 50-50, 100 deals this year. That's $1 million in gross commission income. Completely possible, completely doable, not out of this world. And by the way, I've seen agents do it by themselves with one assistant. Just got to put in the work. So today marks the official end of the SOP program. So thank you for everybody that's been riding with me for so many weeks. But it does not mark the end of our weekly trainings. We will be back every single Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm excited to continue this path and this method with you. We will always have different subjects that we bring to the table. We will have guests that come to the table. We're going to have a ton of fun. I plan to never stop doing this unless it's a holiday. Okay, that is my intention. Every once in a blue moon, I might have a guest coach that takes over because maybe I might be in Tahiti or something. I don't know. But if I happen to be there, like those of you that have coached with me and know me for a while, know that I have been in Europe and still gotten on my scheduled meetings with no problem. Okay, because I love this shit. And if I committed to you that I'm going to do it and you commit to me, you're going to be here and put in the work, I'm going to show up. Fair enough, guys. All right. So anyone have any questions that they want to ask? Crazy. You know how I try to always be super respectful for your time. It's legitimately 11:59, right? So I'll open up just a minute for any Q&A. Anybody's got any questions that they want to jump in on? Thank you, Shirley. I appreciate that. All right, guys. Much success to everybody. Have a fantastic weekend and future week. Please put in the work, guys. All right. This is how you build your freedom. This is how you build your financial freedom, your time freedom, your location freedom. The more you leverage, the less you got to be in your backyard, guys. Love you guys. Be safe. See you guys soon.